Wow, you look dark.
I like dark.
Yeah, you get some sun today, bro?
I just exercised for the first time in a year and a half, and I am suffering from minor heat stroke. That's why I'm late. Look at me.
You look terrible. You look terrible.
I'm late because I just took a cold shower and blacked out and lost my phone and my wallet and my keys and everything. I played basketball outside for an hour, and I'm going through heat stroke as we. I can't. Everything's blurry.
You just see a white light. Just don't go to it.
It's ridiculous.
Run away, Richard. Run away.
Ridiculous. It's ridiculous. I'll tell you more, but we're late for Drew Heath here. Does he go by Andrew or Drew? I guess we're about to find out.
You're gonna find out in 2 seconds.
Okay, here we go. And of course, no Queen for this.
The Queen abides.
We're talking basketball, so he took this one off, I guess.
Yeah.
Good for him. Listen, I can't. Is my voice weird? I feel high. Is my voice? I feel like my voice is modulated.
You just sound like you're about to die. That's all.
Yeah. All right. Well, this should be good. If I
You look
black out,
terrible.
don't stop the interview. Just go.
I'll just tell him he's fine. He's fine. Just keep
Text my wife to call the
911.
Call the. I can't even think of the thing to call.
What's up, man?
There he is.
Can you hear us?
Hey, what's going on, guys?
There he is.
Hey,
how are you?
What's going on, Andrew?
I'm good. I'm good. How you guys doing?
Good, how are you?
Good. We were just taking bets. Do you go by Drew or Andrew?
Mostly Drew. Honestly, like I guess in a more like professional environment, I always say Andrew first, but like most friends and family call me Drew.
There you go. This is Ray. We call him the bottom of the totem pole of dumb, so we kind of have the same thing going on.
Okay. There you go.
Welcome to the show, man. We'll jump right into it. I was just explaining to Ray, this is actually good timing for us and for you as a basketball guy. Ray and I both played on the high school team growing up, and I played a little bit in college, but I have not played in a year and a half since the pandemic. Haven't touched a basketball. Today was the first day. I live in Maryland. It's 97 degrees out.
Oh,
I just ran. It had you know how the Olympic size rink is bigger? This was what this outdoor court was. I don't know who built it and what they were thinking, but it had to have been 250 feet long. So I'm going through minor heat stroke. So just excuse me in my ramblings and everything else that you're about to experience right now.
do what you gotta do, man. Make it through.
Oh my God, I do feel like shit. Okay, Andrew Heath is with us from Andrew Heath Basketball, or Drew Heath if you are a friend. We're not yet. We will be by the end of this. Coach, event manager, sports marketing. You got a lot of things going on, man. We want to learn all about it. So yeah, we're very casual here, clearly. So we got some questions for you. We'll just kind of see where they go, and I'll let Ray kick it off.
Cool.
Hey, man. So yeah, you've trained players overseas and in the States. Is the game evolving overseas more? And is it easier to train guys overseas more than it is over here?
I would say, to your first question, I definitely do think it is evolving more. As we saw today with like the MVP announcement.
The Joker.
Joker got
deserved
it.
it.
Oh yeah, absolutely deserved it.
Like definitely balled out this year. So, and you can even argue like the next like young wave of stars. You got Luka. Even Giannis, is kind of taking over a little bit too.
Dirk in the earlier days, Dirk was the main force coming over from Germany, so.
So no, I definitely think it's definitely growing for sure. And I think like the NBA and other leagues are doing a good job of like opening academies in different countries and different locations and trying to find the next international star.
Yep.
In terms of training, I guess yes and no. I guess yes, it's easier in terms of like a business sense. There just aren't as many like here. Every middle school kid, high school kid has a trainer or a coach they go to see.
Yeah.
It's not quite the same elsewhere yet. It's starting to pick up, but they're still following more like the academy model. So we're like by the age of like 8 or 9, someone's going to be like, "Oh, you're a professional basketball player or a soccer player.
Yeah.
Come join this academy. That's what you're going to focus on."
Yeah.
And then go from there. So you don't see like a lot of the kids I train with, honestly, like after high school, that might be the end of their career. I'm just a high school player, totally fine. You don't find that too much in other countries. Like a 15-year-old kid, it's like, if basketball isn't in my future, I'm not going to go do a 2-hour hoop session or anything like that.
Damn, that's crazy.
Do you think that's sorry, right now you got another one here, but do you think that's good for the game? I mean, I don't know about you. Like, we grew up playing all sports. That was a big thing. Like, diversify, play everything. AAU was getting big, was probably already big, but it's not like it is now when we were kind of coming up. And I always played baseball instead of playing AAU basketball because I like playing different sports. And I don't know. I kind of lean towards letting kids play all different sports and kind of experience things, getting a break, like soccer, like they're playing literally year round and like even overseas, obviously now. So I don't know. What do you think? Is that a good thing for the game or?
No, I kind of agree with what you were saying. I think we're kind of seeing some injuries too are happening because kids are over specializing.
Yeah.
So even if basketball is your main sport, and let's say you play soccer and you suck at soccer, and you play baseball, you suck at that too, you're still getting different movements within those sports or developing different muscles that prevent different injuries.
Yeah.
So we're starting to see like a lot of like super freakish athletes, but they're having a lot of like non-contact injuries, right? They're just like jumping up and down, and then they land, they tear an ACL just because their body's not used to shifting a certain way. And I just think just playing other sports is just like it's just fun. You just people, different walks of life. I think you appreciate how good you are at one sport once you see this other sport may not be your confidence.
I didn't get one hit. When can I go back on the court?
Right, exactly.
Michael Jordan.
Yeah, you're right. Without baseball, there is no Michael Jordan. Right?
Yeah, right.
So no, yeah, I think that it's definitely good. The counter argument to that is always kind of like both you guys are saying, because kids are playing all the time now. Well, it's like shit. Well, if I play soccer, that's 3 to 4 months. I'm not working on my jump shot that my buddy is. So now I'm 3 to 4 months behind.
Yeah.
Which is an interesting argument. I don't think they're 100% wrong. But I do think like if I have a kid, they'll definitely play multiple sports, not just one thing.
Yeah, at least to a certain age, like at 18 or 17 or something. And if you got a college decision to make, then focus. But
yeah, exactly. You seem like you're our age. Growing up, it was always pass it in the shack, bring it inside. The big man was key, like Joker is. Now you're seeing the Splash Brothers. It's live and die by a 3. Does that frustrate you, like when you're trying to teach these kids how to play basketball, or is that something that you've like come to grasp? Me like now I have to do this. This is like the new thing.
No, it definitely is frustrating. I think for multiple reasons. One, it like social media just makes highlights like the go-to source for like my game needs to look like this.
Yeah.
So regardless of like what the position is, even if let's say you're a Jokic fan, cool, you see him make like 4 great no-look passes and like knock down a couple like ridiculous like contested threes, which he did do, but those are only 4 out of his like 12 assists, and those are only like 6 points out of his 30. So like the other 24 points were probably boring ass bank shots, boring ass putbacks.
Just look at 30 minutes of baby hooks.
Right.
You're not gonna get.
Or Tim Duncan. Tim Duncan's the same thing. Always using the backboard, Mr. Fundamental. Like you don't see kids
boring for me, man.
I mean, you don't even do that. You don't see that shit anymore. You don't see kids go out there hitting the backboard like from a corner. Nothing.
Yeah. No. So no, I think it is frustrating because it's also like people are watching NBA games not realizing that you have to go to college or play somewhere else first.
Yeah.
So the college game is going to be completely different than the NBA game. So they're still big men in college. They're still running like down screens. They're still running like boring Princeton offenses and Clemson offenses. So if you can't come off a screen, if you don't know how to set a screen, if you don't know how to like play help defense, you may not get that college scholarship, which might not lead to your dream of playing in the NBA. Yeah. I was watching the game yesterday. I was watching like the Suns. Where do they play?
But Lakers.
That game yesterday, and the floor is so spread. It's just like 5 out. You get it. It's either pick and roll or 1-on-1.
Yep.
And then let's see what happens.
Yeah, it's like when your center's 6'9", and so is everybody else. It's just.
Right.
it's gotten a little bit like I feel like, so we're from New England, so we're Belichick fans and Patriots fans, and we've seen like his coaching style in the early 2000s. It's run a lot. All right, well, we're going to try and pass, and now he's going to go to a run first offense because the league is light. I want to see that in the NBA, which is, but also like anywhere else where the league is open like that. If you get a 7-foot kid, like just show him Shaq highlights, put him down there, show him how to use his elbow. Like that's what frustrates me with Joel Embiid. It's like, dude, you should never shoot outside of 3 feet from the basket, and they should pretty much all be dunks. Like, what are you doing?
Yep.
No, yeah. And
I would, if I was a coach, I would start to try and flip that and see if they can. Shaq would average like 75 points in this league.
Yeah, no, because it's so spread out. No one's going to be able to help in time if they're guarding the shooters.
Yeah,
and then you hear other players say that about Embiid. They're like, he's so big and strong. If he just always get in the post, we can't guard him.
Yeah,
he'll go out, do his little ball handling stuff. And the worst part is like if they make a few. Like,
then forget it.
You can't convince them to go back.
It's like, and that's the thing. You see the highlights like Joel Embiid with the hezzy. What? No, just like, just show me a dunk, man. Like you're 7'2". The guy guarding you is nothing. It's Grant Williams. Just dunk the ball.
Yeah.
It's wild, man.
What got you on this journey? From coaching to going overseas, marketing, training. What inspired you to do this?
Kind of a little bit of just like a love for the game, and then a little bit of just figuring out like what do I want to do with like life and just the next steps. Kind of like you guys, I'm actually
just can't get it out of your blood. It's in your blood. You just can't get rid of it, right? You just can't shake it right now.
It is, yeah. But yeah, grew up in Connecticut. Actually went to school in Boston at Emmanuel College. Played ball, ran track there, and then. Back then, like being a trainer wasn't a thing. Like this whole industry of, or at least training to the point you can like make a living off of it. So there were coaches that did it like on the side. Maybe they trained their players, go the extra hours in the gym. So it just started to pick up when I finished school. So I had an opportunity to work for a company that was doing that. And I had a chance to work out a WNBA player. And at that point, I like just finished playing ball at like a Division III school. I'm working with like the elite of the elite from the women's side. And she was actually like respecting my coaching and like taking like hints and pointers. She goes and plays in the season. She's like, oh, like what we did worked. And I was like, holy shit, like this is pretty cool. Like, so that kind of started it. And then I was still, it wasn't a thing. So I was actually looking to like be an assistant on the college level. Looking at that, I noticed a lot of the positions were looking for like master's degrees, at least like preferred. Maybe not as needed, but hey, like if you have one, that'd be better. Decided to go back to school, got a master's in sports management. And the whole time I'm coaching AU, coaching high school, I'm training kids on the side. Finished that, have a few interviews actually back with the WNBA, one with the New York Liberty, and one with their Players Association. And like, unfortunately, I don't get either of them. And I'm like, well, fuck, I just finished grad school. I don't want to like go right back to like coaching high school sports. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but it's I just spent all this money in school. Like,
I need to make some money back. Yeah,
exactly. So also during that time, I was running camps and running exposure camps to help guys play overseas. So I was like, I'm helping all these guys go. I've never actually been. Maybe I just need like a year or two under my belt to kind of boost the resume. So I was looking everywhere, honestly, countries that spoke English first. So I was looking like England, Australia, Canada. A lot of them were like, hey, we're interested, but we need like sponsorship and more paperwork and stuff. So I was okay, cool. And then I just one day saw something on LinkedIn for an academy in China. And I was like, yeah, well, why not? Let's do it.
No English needed there.
Right. Yeah. The exact opposite.
Yeah.
So I interview in July. I get the gig. I'm in Beijing, China in September. This is back in 2015. And then, show up. And it was just, amazing 3 years. Ended up working for the NBA when I was out there. Was able to like train a bunch like the national team players.
Nice.
And then they had these like China's a different scene for basketball. So they have these like minor leagues that you can play and like make a living off of.
Yeah.
So I just like stumbled upon that, played for this team called the Beijing Panthers. And then, yeah, been back in the States since 2018 and kind of been doing my own thing with Andrew Heath basketball, and have had opportunities with that to host camps in Australia and Mexico, back in Hong Kong. And then before COVID, I was in talks to do more stuff, but COVID's kind of
screwed everything up.
Yeah, exactly. Well, China, I mean, 2015, I mean, that's good timing for the NBA stuff out there, right? Because they went nuts for American basketball players. I feel like it's a little bit before 15, but that was right in that time.
Was Starbury still out there?
Starbury's still out there. He's got a statue out there of him, actually.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They
wasn't Jimmer for 2015.
Oh, yeah.
Wasn't he real heavy in?
Yeah, I think he might still be out there. Played last season out there. Yeah, he was playing in Shanghai, scoring like 70 points a game or something.
Yeah, yeah. We were listening.
Who?
Damn. We should have looked this up, right? Because we talked to another coach and trainer. Ray will remember, but he had played out there, and he was telling us about the rules. Like, only one American can be on the court on the fourth quarter. You can only use them like 2 quarters at a time or whatever. Like,
it's like the special ball in the All-Star game, like the 3-point contest.
It's like
Money
the
ball.
Jock Jam special on MTV, like the 5-point shot.
Yeah. No, they got some funky rules. Yeah. That's how it is for like some other like international leagues too, even like Europe and Australia. It's like you're only allowed so many Americans per team, and then there's like funky rules on like the one American plays first and third quarter, the American plays second and fourth.
Yeah, that's what he was
saying.
That's so crazy.
Each country is different. But the CBA is funny because you'll see like a lot of guys from Australia come to the NBA to play, or like other leagues, because they're like very competitive, legit, like good quality leagues. Some CBA games, the offense is give the ball to Jimmer Fredette. Like you watch the game, it's like they're passing up open layups to give this guy like jump shots. So you see him score 70, which is impressive. I'm not taking that away.
Yeah, entertaining as hell, right? It's like that's what they got their money's worth. So we actually we have our third host here that was late coming from work, so that's acceptable. But we'll bring him in. Here comes Bill, which he's okay.
He's all right. Who is that player? Who is that player that you think would, like, if we said that, like, could you molded your game after, like, most likely if we watch them, it's like your kind of game. Who would that be?
Oh man, that'd be a disrespect to the person.
No way.
Yeah. Honestly,
thanks for having me.
People used to crack jokes when I had like shorter hair. I always like looked like Steph Curry, but they said I played like Seth Curry.
You kind of
insult
like,
now,
whoa.
Right? No, he's hooping now.
Yeah, but he wasn't back then when you probably had short hair.
Exactly. No, he was still like playing at Liberty, and like you still had a little brother. But no, I was definitely like a combo guard. Definitely had a nice little stroke. Wasn't the most athletic, but was quick. You know, if I had a fast break, could like get above the rim, but wasn't jumping over anybody or anything like that.
Okay, so. I got a true or false for you. True or false? Kyrie Irving is the most hateable player in the NBA presently.
Oh, most hateable?
Come on, think
he's
about it.
He's taking too long to think about this.
I'm just thinking like
because he's running through. He's going.
Yeah, I'm not a LeBron hater, but I think his hate is like just a continuous, consistent.
Yeah, he's got a long track record of some questionable off the court.
But as of June 8th, right now, Kyrie is the most hateable player in the NBA.
God,
he's definitely in the headlines all the time.
Not in a good way. Now, never. Obviously, the game speaks for itself. Like, it's ridiculous. Watching them at times is like poetry in motion if you're a basketball fan. But just like insufferable stuff off the court.
Thank you, Bill.
Thank you, Bill. And he gives millions of dollars to charity. So clearly he's got some good bones in his body. But just in terms of a basketball fan, having to list him at the press conferences, sorry, that's more of my than me getting that off my chest.
Well, I'm assuming you guys are all Celtics fans too?
Yeah. No, they're dead to me. I'm actually a Suns fan.
Okay. I'm actually rooting for him too. This playoffs.
Jokic just won MVP today, just announced.
Yeah, thanks,
Yeah,
Bill.
we
Already
talked about
it.
Sorry,
Well,
I was fucking late. All right, Jesus.
You're here as
It worked,
a.
though. It's cool. You know?
It's okay. You know what? I don't know if you've ran any of these before, Drew, but I do a lot, and you get a mute button. So we'll just mute Bill for a little bit.
So we can catch up. Any players that you've been training recently that we should keep an eye on, like for college or the next level?
There is, yes. A young lady, she plays at Half Moon Bay High School out here. Her name's Abby Kennedy. She just finished her sophomore year, starting to get a lot of like D1 looks. She's very solid. Her game's starting to come together pretty well. Not to shit on the guys, but yeah, most of the guys, you know, we're just hanging in there.
Yeah.
Should we be giving the WNBA some more looks, some more credit? I mean, they got another huge marketing push going on right now. Look, I kind of have my opinions on this. I've watched a lot of WNBA. It's just not as entertaining. I mean, they're excellent. 99% of them can beat us on a one-on-one court. You're just lacking some of the athleticism and everything that a higher
entertainment value that you'd want to see, like from the NBA.
Well, I guess it's tricky. Like, do you guys watch the women's tournament more than
No.
the NBA?
No.
I watched it when that girl from Oregon was in it that got drafted to the WNBA. It was Sabrina. She was nasty.
Kobe's girl, right? She was
yeah.
I was following like with Sue Bird's time. Like I was following her.
Okay.
I really liked her as a player. The women's sports that I watch are the US soccer team because they're better than the men. And
I'll watch
the US hockey team. The women's hockey team is
okay.
fun to watch at times. It's just like the NBA, you watch like shit. These are good basketball players, and then you get into the game, and then you flip over the NBA game. The guy's like dunking from the 3-point line, like, oh shit, that was pretty cool.
Well, Brittany Griner can dunk. That was pretty cool. She did that in the WNBA game not too long ago.
You already got 2 dunks this year.
Yeah.
Keep them counting, Bill. Bill, that's 2. I had 2 dunks in high school. Does that count?
No.
No.
Not at all.
You grew up in Connecticut. Are you a Celtics guy?
I'm from the southern part of CT, man.
So you're a New York guy.
New York.
Yeah.
Well, I did go to school in Boston, so I was my freshman year was when they won the series in 07.
Okay.
Yeah. So that was a fun time.
You're in the city?
Yep.
Nice.
So what do you think would have to happen next year? I mean, you're a basketball guy. What do you think the Celtics need to do to get to that next level?
It's gonna be interesting to see who they hire for the head coach position.
Yeah.
How do you guys feel about Brad getting the
terrible move? Fire his ass.
Yep. We were all on the fire Brad train a long time ago, and then this see him go as the president of basketball operation, pissed us off even more.
He's owed too much money.
I am much more diplomatic about this situation. I will give him I'll give him a year, but yeah, the hiring is
suspect.
Yeah.
The motivations I don't think are very as true, but I don't know. Who knows?
I think you guys have a squad, and Tatum is amazing.
Yeah,
like
when he wants to be.
Got to trade Jalen though, and Kemba. Package them and get them hell out.
I was going to say Kemba's a interesting piece to have and keep. Kind of
when you're bone on bone on your knee and you get $36 million guaranteed for the next 2 years, that's just a tough hill to climb over.
The only thing we can hope for is like he blows up this year and then just uses that opt out. Just Gordon Hayward your ass somewhere else.
Yeah, good luck. $36 million. Yeah. Tatum won me back over in the playoffs. I mean, you'll see what the Nets are doing right now to the Bucks, and Tatum single-handedly won a game. Putting him on his back, outplaying all those guys.
Yeah.
Weren't they up 49 last night?
Yeah,
at one point.
Yeah, it's over.
Christ.
Damn Bucks.
Yeah.
Well, this is fun. I have one more true or false for you as a Connecticut guy.
Yeah.
True or false? Connecticut should be a state that's aborted from the United States of America.
Oh man, false. Oh man.
I hate that damn state.
No, that's already Florida, dude. There's nothing worse than Florida.
That's fine.
Name a bunch of other states. I gotta go first.
I just drove through 95
nice
through Bridgeport, and I wanted to drive off the bridge.
Can I just bitch one thing about Connecticut? Those fucking parkways, that in New Jersey, they always got traffic, 2 fucking lanes, there's trees in the middle of the fucking things, stop signs get on the exit. Those can fuck off.
I agree with that. I hear that. The parkways have no lights too. Like it's fair. That's fair.
No, but though some of them that do, you're doing like 65 and it's like stop sign, like it's a
Yeah.
public road. Like Jesus, man. And yeah, Connecticut suspect, but yeah, you could put Florida above it.
Yeah.
All right, man. This has been fun. We love talking hoops. Happy to have you back at any time. But the floor is yours. Why don't you tell us just any events you got coming up, any camps? What should the listeners go to check out what you got going on and be a part of it if they can?
Yeah. You can follow the social media account. It's Andrew Heath Basketball for Gmail. Same thing for Twitter. Website is andrewheathbasketball.com. Also run a nonprofit organization with a friend of mine called Ball to Books, giving back like school supplies to under-resourced communities. This summer, I'm actually coaching a summer women's league team for like women that are coming from overseas. It's called the Women's Universal Basketball Association. So give their page a shout out. And other than that, if anyone's ever in the Bay Area, I currently live in Oakland. If you guys are out in Oakland, definitely hit me up. Take you out for a drink or two. And if you guys listening want to get a session in, hit me up.
Awesome.
Right on, man. Yeah, that that nonprofit that you had going on, I was checking out a couple. You guys are making some strides with that, yeah?
We're trying to, yeah. Once again, COVID like messed up everything. But we were able to do a bunch of like free camps and clinics last year. We did a bunch of like book drive type of stuff.
Nice. So one more time, we'll put this all on social media, but just one more. I think that's something that we could get on board with and people would do. One more time, just tell us how to help out with that.
Ball2books.com. So BALL to the number books.com, and then the same thing for the Instagram page. So yeah, we're looking to kind of get going back once we're allowed to be around people more, which is pretty much now.
Yeah.
Thank
God.
Getting there.
Thank God.
Yeah.
Right on,
New
man.
Hampshire, it's been like this for 2 months.
Nobody wants to do that, Bill. While you're there. All right, Drew. Appreciate it, man. Good luck with everything. If we get out of the Bay Area, we'll definitely call you, take you up on that. And listeners, check out all the stuff. Do what you can to support them. And maybe we have back on, talk some hoops some more.
Cool. Sounds good. Appreciate it, fellas.
Appreciate it, man. Have a good one.
Okay, see you
later.
There's a good chance that I can't. There he goes. Good. I'm glad he figured that out because I almost passed out during that whole thing.
Rich almost died.
Why? What happened?
I exercised.